Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we go to Pulaski County, where a COVID-19 victim's son is sharing a message about the virus. And quarantine is hard on everyone right now, but for alcoholics, it can be particularly painful. We show you how Alcoholics Anonymous is moving meetings online to help prevent social isolation. And the Corbin community came together last night to support our healthcare workers and hospital staff on the front lines fighting against COVID-19.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. It is 6:32 on Monday, April the 6th. I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning. Again, we are in my living room today. Brandon is back in the studio. This is just one of the adjustments that we're making as we all try and navigate through this coronavirus pandemic. But one thing that kind of made me at least forget everything going on this weekend was the beautiful weather that we saw Saturday and Sunday. Let's bring Brandon in to get to see what we can expect on this Monday. Brandon, good morning.
Good morning to you, Will. And I tell you, it's odd for me here in the studio. I know it's for you at home. I've been doing weather for more than 10 years, and it's the first time during a newscast I've been in the studio by myself. So that's kind of crazy for me here. But again, let's get into it. Like you said, it's kind of our new normal. We'll see again. Possibility for a few stray showers today, but mostly sun and clouds. Let's take a look. Last 6 hours on the satellite and radar, you see these little spotty showers to our north and east. But for the most part, it's just a few clouds drifting through parts of the area this morning. And it's a little cooler in some spots. 48 Harlan, Jonesville, Williamsburg, Jacksboro, 46 in Somerset, but in the 50s there. Prestonsburg and Pikeville both at 50, along with Huntington, Moorhead, and Wise. 53 the hot spots, so to speak, in Jackson and Hazard. A normal day on the coffee meter for temperature, a little extra just because it's Monday. For those of you who still have to head out to work this morning, just grab you an extra cup. It's going to be a fairly nice day, though, overall. Temperatures back into the 70s later on. Maybe you'll see a few more clouds and sun at times today, but I think it's mainly partly cloudy skies as we head deeper into the afternoon. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, officials from the Thousand Sticks Volunteer Fire Department say a body found this past weekend in Leslie County is identified as Donna Sizemore. Sizemore went missing after a car that she was the passenger in crashed into a body of water nearly 2 weeks ago. Officials say a group of family friends found her in the water about 2 miles from Trace Branch Boat Ramp. The body was sent to the medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy. We will have more information on our website as it becomes available. Well, Jody Stapleton's body was found last week in Menifee County, leaving her community in shock. Yesterday, the Pike County community poured out to send up its final goodbyes. Friends, family, and loved ones lined the roadway in Shelbyana, releasing balloons, showing their support for Jody and her family since they were unable to attend her funeral. They say it was the one way they can honor her memory and bring a small amount of light into a dark time for the family. To Pulaski County now, where a COVID-19 victim's son is sharing a message about the virus. David Pittman was a cancer survivor. He died last week after getting COVID-19 at a church service. In his final moments, his son Dustin was the only person able to visit the hospital. Dustin posted a video on Facebook from the parking lot with a simple message: this pandemic is serious.
I guess what I'm trying to get out of this is maybe his death can be used for good. So people really know how bad this is. Maybe these people that are meeting in big groups will stay at home.
His family has had to have a virtual funeral for David due to social distancing, but it is a sacrifice Dustin's willing to make. They want people to stay home. Dustin says the family will hold a celebration of his father's life once this pandemic is over. Well, the community came together last night to support our healthcare workers and hospital staff who are on the front lines battling this coronavirus pandemic. WYMT's Dakota Makris was at Baptist Health in Corbin and brings us more.
Horns honking, people clapping and smiling, all to show support to our healthcare workers.
A lot of anxiety that goes in to being a healthcare provider or a first responder. You don't know what you're walking into.
Paul Buchanan wanted to help those on the front lines and became one of the event organizers.
We'd watched some of the videos of other hospitals, and I knew that we could do something phenomenal, amazing right here in Corbin with our first responders and our healthcare workers also.
Community members in Corbin came out to show their support. And that support, well, it is.
It's just about indescribable. It makes us feel really good, makes us feel very wanted and useful that we're providing something for our community.
Jeannie Jackson is an ER tech at the hospital, and she feels the love from everyone.
No, we're not alone. God's got us, and with the community and the support from our team here, we'll get through this.
We will get through this, and in Philippians 4 verse 13 says we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us, and that's what we expect to happen here.
And as we watched the healthcare staff walk outside hand in hand, it just goes to show us that heroes are among us. In Corbin, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
Now, if you would like more information about this event and the coronavirus, we have that content over on our website at WYMT.com. Well, quarantine is hard on everyone right now, but for alcoholics, it can be particularly awful. That's why Kentucky's Alcoholics Anonymous is finding new ways to provide support. With in-person meetings being too dangerous due to the COVID-19 outbreak, people needing help from AA can find it online. Many of the meetings are public, so anyone dealing with issues can attend. You can go online to find more information about these meetings. The novel coronavirus has already claimed nearly 10,000 lives, and U.S. officials say this will be an especially rough week. But they also hope the outbreak may ease up shortly after. John Lawrence has more.
President Trump says the U.S. is making progress in the war against the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully in the not-too-distant future, we'll be very proud of the job we all did.
The number of known cases in the U.S. is doubling about every 5 days, according to Johns Hopkins University, with New York being the state hit the hardest so far.
The number of deaths over the past few days has been dropping for the first time. What is the significance of that? It's too early to tell.
U.S. health officials say the country doesn't have control of the disease yet, and that the next 2 weeks are crucial in possibly flattening the curve.
What you're hearing about potential light at the end of the tunnel doesn't take away from the fact that tomorrow, the next day, it's going to look really bad. So we've got to make sure we realize we're always talking about a 2.5 week lag.
Dr. Fauci also says it's important to get the virus under control globally, or it could become a seasonal problem, and that the development of a vaccine would help the U.S. be better prepared in case of a resurgence.
Can never be happy when so many people are dying, but we're going to be very proud of the job we did to keep the death down to an absolute minimum.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Now, officials with Johns Hopkins University report there are nearly 1.3 million cases confirmed across the globe. Well, coronavirus spreads through respiratory droplets. Research indicates just taking a breath can transmit it. So what about spitting intentionally in the produce aisle? Well, a man in Massachusetts is accused of doing just that. The cell phone video shows 2 or 3 men subduing another man. Kingston police were told a 65-year-old man from Duxbury was coughing and spitting and became confrontational with staff and witnesses, leaving many shocked.
Odd behavior for people. Maybe whoever did that has other problems, but something like that should not occur, period.
That somebody would even think to do that it blows my mind right now, especially with what's going on, and everybody should be bonding together and be respectful of each other and try to stop the spread of this awful thing that's going on right now.
Now, the man who took the video posted that the man was coughing and spitting on the produce. But the police news release does not say what he was targeting. Police say there was no indication the suspect had COVID-19, but he was taken to a nearby hospital to be evaluated.
641 as we overlook beautiful downtown Pikeville this morning from the Pikeville Medical Center camera. You can see the sun on the way up. Just a few clouds drifting around there this morning. Temperatures not too bad for this time of the year. 53 in Jackson and Hazard, 46 in Somerset, 45 in Monticello. So you might need a light jacket in some spots this morning, but temperatures are going to go up quickly. Your out the door forecast, a mix of sun and clouds, maybe more clouds than sun at times, maybe more sun than clouds at times, and temperatures will climb into the 70s. We also can't rule out a stray rain chance at times during the day. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. And thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, we take a look at how One Doggy Daycare is helping essential workers keep their pets healthy and happy since they cannot stay home.